All right, I think the map is here. We go. Make sure it's shared out to everybody. All right, welcome to the channel, folks. Pick up where we left off. We'll do character introductions first. Mar, looks like you're top of the order, please.
All right, Mar is your bouncing archer who seems to be having some difficulty sleeping right now. Other than that, he's on an adventure with his companions.
Anna. Sure.
Hey, I'm Anna. Sorry. Ranger for Halfling. And I am a little bashful tonight.
Okay, we'll understand. All right, Crew Cash.
Rukesh is a human barbarian, level 5. He comes from the Westwood, where he has left his tribe after having nightmares of evil that he believes only he can stop.
Giving Mar those nightmares. Cornelius.
I'm a half-elven diviner and bard in search of knowledge and missing family and friends. That's about it at the moment.
Kaz.
Kaz is a dwarven ex-mercenary war cleric, and he wants to start his own business and actually have some control over his life.
Good enough. All right, so we left off. It was in the middle of the second watch, I believe. Yes, Mar woke up once again having nightmares of a big human skull engulfing him. Woke up to some, I think it was jackal wares, I think, that were attacking. Did a little damage. Got through that and finished up. Well, third watch went by, and because you guys are in the middle of traveling up from Red Larch to Belliard to get some information about the missing delegation of important people that were expected to travel through the area. And all this mayhem and chaos going on in the valley, and then you guys are going to be being tasked to figure out what's going on. So put the map up. Everybody should have it. It's the morning time now, and we're continuing on to the north. Let me get my. Can I please? Day 3 goes about. Do we have any? Nope. All right. Full day work and then get ready for camp. And let's see if we visitors tonight.
Just out of curiosity, Duff, did we get a short rest for third watch?
Well, you got a long rest now because you went through the middle of the night, and then who's got third watch usually?
I do.
Well, let me put the map up
Usually
here.
with my owl.
Yeah, once again, this map back so you guys can all put yourself around the campfire, please. Always.
Hey, Duff, may I cast my 8-hour aid spell before this happens? Because I would have assumed I would have cast it sometimes in the 8
That's
hour
fine
previous.
if you want to. Mar wakes up again during the middle of the night, having his lovely bad dream, unexplained bad dream. And third watch. But let me put y'all back where y'all belong. And Mar, you're back by the fireplace. Or are you? Who's on third watch is all I'm worried about. First 2 watches went by clean.
Yes, during third watch, I'd be back at the fireplace.
Yep, there you go. Kaz, what about you? Right.
I'll go ahead and go right there.
Okay. Alright, I need mana and the yep. Perception. Yeah, I want to go figure. Fails. Mana. Perception, please. Perception check. Owl alerts you, Anilius, that something's moving in the southern tree line. Everybody roll me initiative, please. Good. All right. Or you're up first. Got some movement to the south.
Alright, Mar with a hop up, I guess.
Yeah, half movement. You're -2. Yeah, you don't have night vision, so -2 if you're going to try anything ranged.
Alright, I would, I guess, take shots at the shadows in the dark.
A miss. Ooh. Oh, what the heck?
Oh,
my-
your
It's-
thing isn't on.
Yeah, no, trust me. I'm gonna fix that. You got lucky. Alright, it's back on now.
Alright, well, having missed the shadows, I guess I would end my turn. Well, I'm gonna kick Krug Cash behind me before I, yeah.
Alright, we need some. Alright, the owl's gonna do anything?
I was going to move there for now. In the tree.
Alright. Kaz.
Kaz will cast Bless on the party.
Right. Mana.
I am going to move 30 feet. Get closer. Mark. Am I at a disadvantage or am I close enough?
You're still, your first shot will be disadvantage. Not disadvantage, just -2.
-2, right? Okay. Okay.
Whiff.
All right.
Guys. Alright. Surprised. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Target is now... Alright, well they got the hit on you. Vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. I don't think that's going to be...
Shouldn't have moved that close.
But it's going to be... Change that to... hard word to spell. Alright. And... it... Nilius.
Okay. I am.
Uh-oh. Oh, converting.
Okay.
Sorry, it's one of the guys in the chat.
I am going to cast Melt Acid Arrow at this one.
Okay. Howie.
And then I am going to move back. And end my turn.
Brew.
Now, since Mark kicked me, am I still having to stand up for the first part of my turn?
Yeah, everybody still has to have half movement. Yep. You just
Okay.
you don't have to stay down for your turn. Okay.
I'm gonna get up and brush up here past Mar, and I will throw a javelin at the things in the shadow.
Howie. Brew has an effect.
Oh, I'm unconscious still? I guess that was from... Oh, yeah. I hit anyways.
Yeah, I'm going to say you still, even with that. Well, that make anybody else to have
He was still sleeping. Even in his sleep, he can still fight.
That's right. Yep.
And I will use my second attack to throw another javelin at the shadows. Let out a bellowing roar and end his turn.
Mark.
All right. They're still -2 for the shots, right?
Yeah, they haven't come out of the tree line.
And that one won't be coming out of the tree line.
Oh.
In my turn there.
Owl.
Hello? Owl's going to do a flyby of 12 and back in the tree.
Alrighty. Daz.
As will move forward. And he'll cast his spell at him at a null 20.
Wowie! Lit him up.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna go after 12 since the owl flew by, right? So I get advantage.
Advantage on the shot. That's right.
And -2.
Well, and you get advantage on ranged attacks. Don't get advantage. You have to move in, but you could get. I would take the -2 away because the owl is making it quite clear that there's something there. So
The effect I dropped on Knoll 12 didn't come out right.
a note. What the heck?
Told you, it didn't come out right.
Well, it's just supposed to. It's just giving them advantage if they. I'm taking it away from here. Yeah. Okay, you still missed.
Yeah, take it away.
All right.
I know, I'm not
You gotta
doing
wait.
very good tonight.
You got sleepies in your eyes.
I'm gonna move back also.
Uh-huh. Alrighty. See, number 10 barks out some orders. Oh, ow. Ooh. You gain inspiration. So a knoll has inspiration. So it
That
can,
just seems wrong.
no, but he had to use it. He's already shot. Actually, he hit. So drops his longbow and he rushes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spear and he pokes at. This one does the same thing. He actually tries to bite Kaz. Too short. Nelius.
Okay. There we go. Okay, I am going to do Firebolt. Do the same one I did before. And I can't believe I hit on a 4. And I will stay pat.
True.
Krukash is going to enter a rage, bellowing out after being hit by one of the arrows. He is going to charge Knoll 20.
Oops. Oh, I gotta move you. My bad.
Still in his rage, he will take a second swing at Knoll number 9.
Oh. Oh no. Vulnerable to slashing. Well, alright.
I say, does that happen before or after the damage?
After. You get the damage on him, and then from then on out.
He got a bellowing roar, he will end his turn.
Mar.
That's weird. It's targeting Helen. Let's see. Okay, it was weird.
I
Mar
appear to be
is.
targeting something.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mar is going to target the one that was barking out orders.
Oh, that'd be number 10.
He'll take his second shot then.
Hear him laugh. Oh no. Okay, what happened here now? Hold on. The ground is instantly covered in ice. DC 10 deck save not to fall prone every 10 feet of movement for all creatures. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Way to go, Mar. Your nightmares are costing everybody.
Yeah, these nightmares throw me off. Well, on that note, I'm just gonna end my turn right there then.
All right, what's Al gonna do? Getting some major interference on your mic. Yeah.
He's going to do a flyby on Knoll 10.
All right. Yep. Kaz.
Kaz is gonna flank around this knoll number 9.
Well, there's no way to flank on him because he's in combat with you.
Okay,
So,
that's fine.
yeah.
I'll just go ahead and move around him though.
All right. Just end up facing you.
I'll take a couple swings at him.
I bet you will. That's probably going to do it right there. Yep. Ugh. Mana.
Alright. I'm gonna stick with that same one. It's within my range, so.
Hit.
Finally.
Whap. All right.
Hey, that kind of messed up, I think, because I put Hunter's Mark on me twice. So I think it kind of
Add extra.
It
It added
maybe.
extra 3, so I'll take 3 off of him. All right, let's put that and see where are you at.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Did you already take it off? Okay. All right. Anything else?
Okay. I'm gonna move. Oh no, never mind. I'm good. All right, in turn.
There. Nilius.
Okay. I am. Oops. I am going to whisper something into Knoll 10's ear.
Brushed it off. Oh, you only took half the damage. Okay, yeah. All right.
Yep. And
All right. If you move, all right. So you're trying to move 15 feet. Give me a dex save throw.
sure.
Beat a 10.
Well, I'm actually going to use a portent,
Oh, okay.
which would end up being a 15.
Okay, then you move fine. to remember the ground's covered with ice all of a sudden.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
That will be it.
True.
And let me see how far I make it.
All right.
Okay. Krugesh is going to run up to here and take a swing at Null 12. Swinging again. And swinging around with the back end of his pole arm. Letting out another beastly roar, he will stand there.
Mar.
Let's. You know what? Mars tired of missing. He's going to run up there. So I need what, 3
You gotta
dex
have,
rolls?
yeah, so let's do them in batches of 10. So there's 10, 20, 30. All right, you're fine.
And I'll go ahead and drop my bow, and I'm going to pull out my whip.
Okay.
And I actually want to try to disarm his spear with my whip.
I'm actually going to give him a portent.
Well, he's got his longbow in his hand right now.
Oh, he has a longbow in his hand
Yeah,
right now?
they,
Never
yeah,
mind.
they have they have longbows in their hand. Yes. Not their turn
Well,
yet.
for his whatever attack roll he's going to do, he has a natural 20 to start it.
That'd be a 28 then.
Well, you're gonna.
Well, it's a natural 20, so he's crits.
I'm going to go ahead and burn a dice as well to make that a trip shot.
You can give a natural 20 on that spell.
It's portent. It's not a spell. It's part of the class ability, and yes, I can.
All right. So, okay, you did roll a critical? Okay, just making sure.
Oh, no, he's saved, so I guess it doesn't take that into effect. He shouldn't be prone.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to take my second attack at him then. And I'll try to trip him again. There he goes. Now he's down.
All right.
And that would be the end of my turn.
Owl.
I'll do a flyby on Knoll 12 and go back to the tree.
All right. Kaz.
Can Cass see Null 12 from where he's at?
Yeah, well, you have dark vision.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I was just wondering because the bush. That's all.
No, he does. You're fine. You know he's there.
Does that flyby work for a ranged melee attack too,
No.
Annelius?
Just melee, not ranged.
Okay, he'll just let an arrow go to him.
Holy moly. All right. So what did that do? It gave it a sunshine.
He's a kid with a magnifying glass burning hands.
I guess so. So
I'll just add it real quick.
Oh, I was gonna say roll your. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna last here. Yeah, I didn't think so.
All right, that'll be his turn then.
Mana.
All right, I'm gonna have to move up on this one.
All right, give me 2 dex checks, please. 2 dex saves. Sorry. There's your first one. your second one.
I told you Mana's a little slow tonight.
Okay, you're fine. You made them. You skirted the ice just deftly. What will you do?
I'm going to hit him this time.
Ready, hold the breath. She hit. Okay, what the heck happened there?
I don't know what happened.
What the heck are you doing? You fumbled a roll. You were at disadvantage.
Why did it have disadvantage?
He's prone. Prone targets get ranged attacks have disadvantage on prone targets.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Oh,
So
sorry, I missed that one.
So then you fumbled, and you fall down. You're incapacitated for a round. So, but you don't get.
The damage doesn't go through.
The damage is not going to go through then. Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you missed. So that means he gets 9 back. Right?
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it missed. I guess.
Yeah, you gotta look at that, and then you get knocked. You pulled your bow back so hard you hit yourself in the head, and you rung your bell, and you're disoriented for a round. So.
Well, I told you I was gonna hit him. I just had to cheat a little bit.
All right, he drops his longbow, and he takes his spear, and he charges up on Mar. Like he misses. Oh, he's prone, but he stood up. That was my bad. So.
As you say, he should take the prone off.
We'll do that again. He got a hit that time. No, he's using it as a weapon, so hold on. He's got a. This one, there we go. Alright, Anilius.
Nilius is going to do a simple firebolt this time.
That'll do it. Alrighty. Done. Award.
That's what we're talking about.
Yep. Easily done.
So I roll a d6 for recovering arrows.
How many did you shoot?
6.
Yep. Get half back. You get 2 back. Alright. What did you do, Kaz? What were you doing?
I was rolling to get my bolts I shot 2.
There you go.
Or, I mean, arrows.
Yep. Fair enough. And that was third watch, I believe. So we move into daytime again. So let's see. This map. It's daytime, and come out onto the Stone Trail Road. I'll get to the bridge, and you come across it, and you're going to be making it into Belliard just in dust time. Actually, let me make sure nothing come and visit y'all on the bridge. Nope. Okay. So we make it into Belliard. Let me give you a map. Really? There's got to be one. Isn't one. How is that possible? Um, hmm. With me 1 second. I'm trying to see. Apparently, I don't have a. That's just really strange. Sorry, guys. I thought there was one. I think this is actually from the. It's another module. Is it the? Not Tiamat Horde or Dragon Queen. I think actually go here. So I'll have to. All right. So there is Beliard. Don't worry about the numbers because I think that's actually from a different module. But y'all are going to come into town and it's evening time. What you see as you call into their very pleasant looking village. It's more of a market center for cattle, livestock. A lot of cattle ranchers make their home here and they stay here a lot, do a lot of training here. There are that type of shops and wares are more geared in this area for that type of sales and the type of work that's done here. What else is happening here? What you see as you're kind of coming in is fairly quiet. I mean, it's not, not very active right now. It is evening. Everybody is kind of, dinner time. There is, several people. There are people walking about. You guys are going to be coming in from the east. From the west side of town. And where would you like to go? What are we going to do?
Well, I would like to look for an inn.
So we are going to move on in. Larch. I don't want red larch. Get rid of that map. That's a good question. Are they not going to tell me? Well, we'll come on in. We'll here. Make yourselves toward the center of town. And right now, come in, you will find that circles that. Everybody kind of heads that way to find themselves an inn. And are y'all going to go inside and get some rooms for your typical, get some rooms, get some food, that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Okay. Now what you do is you find a place called the Watchful Night Inn, and Neshor Flurdin lets you know as the proprietor of the inn welcomes you to his place. He will set you up with room and board. It's going to cost you all 5 silver pieces a night for a room. And he gets you set up, your typical table. You got some food, some drink, and see other purveyors in and out, walking in and out, making use of the bar. Not too many travelers right now. You don't see any other adventure types like yourself. Mainly seems to be more of the local folk. So background there. He bids you adieu. He brings your food and drinks, and he lets you know he'll be behind the bar if you need anything.
I guess I'd like to ask him if he's heard anything strange about missing people around here lately.
He lets you know that seems to be what that's all anybody's talking about. If you listen a little bit more, you catch a few ears kind of perk up and back and forth. It is kind of the scandal talk of the lately of what's been happening here. There's he lets you know everybody seems to have their own theory. There's probably a dozen floating around, but none of them make sense. And he tells you that he spoke with the leaders that they were going to be headed south on the Destern Road, and they were going to be intended to visit Summit Hall, which is on their way out, and they were going to be they had found or understood that there was a slain knight from the north that was there. They were going to return with the body, and he says, I think one of my servers, Senya, she heard something. Let me go find her and I'll send her over. She had her own wild idea, but just listen about, ask a few of your people who are in the area. Some of the cattle men, they're always out and about, and there's who knows what else you'll find. But yeah, you just have to kind of listen, just ask a few people every now and then, and you'll get an answer or two.
Thank you very much for that. And I'll pay an extra 5 silver. So.
Yeah, all right. Thanks you for that. And he wanders around and he grabs.
Is there any entertainment in this establishment?
You just nothing of sorts. You got someone playing a little bit background music, but nothing of extraordinary. No. Yeah, so as Senya's young woman, comely little young little girl, she comes up and she introduced herself and says, Neshor asked me to come by the table. Y'all were wanting to know something about the delegation?
Yes, we were wondering if you heard about what happened to that missing delegation.
Everybody seems to think they've just disappeared, but I happened to notice that there was a strange looking, it looked like a monk maybe. He was wearing a golden mask. And he'd stand outside and he kept watching the Mimbarans, the delegation, when they were here. And right before they set out, I noticed that the monk took off. And I hadn't seen him since, but I don't know what he was doing, but he seemed very interested on who they are and their makeup and all that. And it looked like he was taking notes outside. But when they were going to leave, he took off, and I haven't seen him since. That's all she knows.
Thank you very much, and I'll give her some few silver then.
Hey. Yep, you hear some other, few little tidbits here and there that there were they were supposed to have been back by now, but they definitely are way overdue. They had come in from Westbridge, and they crossed over the bridge, the stone bridge, which you would have had to have crossed when you came in from the west side of town. And they were, like I said, they're going to be headed out, and they were bound for Summit Hall. There were a group. They were kind of, the party was made up. Let me see, so you'll kind of know where. Was made up. They were going through Belliard, and they were going to be, several of them were dwarven. They were going to be visiting some dwarven sites that are in the area. They were headed out past the stone bridge on the west end, and were going to be turning south before and all of a sudden, that was the last area that they were kind of seeing. Some cattle herders had been seen them a few hours after they had left town, and they about 10 miles south of town, a few hours after they left. And later that day, this cattle drover saw another group of 5, probably, he thinks were about 5 warrior types. They were dressed in sky blue armor and white cloaks, and he could have sworn that they were flying on giant vultures. And they flew overhead and turned south, heading in the same direction of the delegation. And everybody, they hear that, they talk about the story, just laugh and gawk at the man. And any time he talks about it, you hear people laugh at him, and they throw stuff at him. But, what knights, would be riding big vultures? But he swears that that's what he saw. And
who's this man?
He's just one of the cattle drovers. His name's Ian. And he's in there drinking, and he's told a few people, and you hear him, they laugh, don't believe him. Said, he's been drinking too much. He was probably drinking out there with his cattle, just being bored. And he goes, he gets upset because he would never do something like that, and he knows what he saw.
Can we roll like a history or a knowledge check to see if we've ever heard of anybody like that?
Sure.
Never mind. I don't have any of those.
And not even, unless you haven't, nothing comes to mind yet.
I got a 24.
I know. Nothing comes to mind. So.
Can't do much better than that. So.
Yep. Nothing sparks the knowledge base. You missed that part in class, apparently. So yes, so that's what you know so far, just from a little being in town just this short period of time, is that that's all. They came through. They headed out west toward the bridge, and they haven't been seen since. They were supposed to have been back through already.
Okay, I guess we'll grab our rooms for the night, and then probably find out more information tomorrow, or head to where they were last seen.
All right, so we'll get through the night. Through the night, and we get up, and I'm just trying to see. All right, Belliard, that gives you that information. All right, so what's the plan? You guys made it through the evening. It's morning time. You're outside.
I want to ask around if there's anyone who sells armor in this village.
There not any really adventurer type gear sold here. No, they are
Okay.
more of a livestock. There might be some leather stuff maybe around, but most of it they really just kind of it's a waypoint of getting cattle and livestock through before they go on to some of the other towns.
Well, I mean, I'm looking for leather or studded leather.
Nothing fancy would be here at all. Maybe some bracers like that. It's just simple cattle ranchers and that stuff around here. They're not really geared toward a little bit more higher class type of establishment. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a working class area. So y'all walk out the inn. It's a nice day. Any other you want to check around, or we're going to head on out? So let me get the map back up here for you. Okay. Like I said, you are Belliard. They came through and went Belliard, and they were going to be headed down south to Summit Hall. Are we headed south?
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a plan.
Actually, can we go to the bridge? Because there were the delegation last seen at the bridge.
No, they came through the bridge. Sorry, I said that kind of wrong. The delegation came through the bridge, and that was where the cattle guy saw them when he was coming through the bridge before they went down. They came in, went out. They had said that they were going to be headed south to Summit Hall to visit and pick up a body of a knight. But the cattle,
my bad.
the cattle. I said it kind of weird. That's the way they've written. But yeah, the cattle drover saw them as they were crossing the bridge. So, and that's let me see, make sure I'm reading that right to you. They missing delegation. Goes. They changed, disappeared, traveled overland from West Bridge, which is the north, down to Belliard, crossing the stone bridge. From Belliard, it headed south into the Summer Hills, bound for Summit Hall. Okay, there you go. And that's as far as they disappeared. So y'all are traveling through. Y'all are moving on out and to the east side, and it's about halfway get through there. See, get some perception checks from everybody just to make sure nothing's happening. Everyone wants to give me some perception. Boom. You guys are moving along, doing some searches and all that, and you see something that catches your eye about 15 miles as y'all are outside of town, and you notice a cloud of raven and vultures somewhat off the trail to the west.
Interesting. Look to the west, everyone. There's some sort of birds. Something must be dead or something.
Like, how far to the west, Duff?
It looks to be a mile or so. A few miles in.
We should probably check that out.
Dun dun dun. I guess I should get out of the inn and give you some. We'll get some farmland because we gotta have cows. There you go. Hey, I'm all about sound effects.
That was
All
good.
right.
I liked it.
Thank you. What are we doing? We're going to keep on going, or are we going to go check out our...
Mar wouldn't mind eating ugly chickens.
It is possible, we're looking for people that disappeared. They may have perished on the road, and the vultures are circling something.
Yeah, we'll
Who
definitely check
knows?
this out.
So we head that way, and you guys begin to search and begin to notice some tracks, and there's been something through here recently. And then you kind of climb up and over a small little dell, and you find... Definitely looks like something has taken place here. Follow the trail of death. You see... Yes, definitely a battle and something bad happened here. Anybody can give me some history checks? From the who's, yeah, so let's see what everybody gives me something.
I did not do so well there.
Yep, once again, school failed you. But I want, so anybody's got history as a background or proficiency, roll that. If you've got arcana, roll that.
I got both. Should I do that?
You give them to me. You gave me a history already, so you're no good there. But the arcana tells you that you're looking at some of the pot marks, the craters and all that, and that rings of something very powerful of earth-based magic.
So I sense around here that there was some earth-based magic, something powerful.
That you do.
We should walk carefully here.
What it looks like, these people the people that are dead here is definitely looks like to be some of the retinue, the escorts. But you see nobody of the bodies, at least of the humanoids, appears to be nobody of of royal or importance, VIP importance. Right off to there is another large cairn. It looks to be 5 bodies of dead bugbears also be thrown in there. They have black armor with the symbol, that strange triangular symbol that y'all have seen before, is on their breastplates. And there seems to be another small little cairn that here. This is the symbol that you see on their chest. What the heck was that?
I remember that.
Yep. And another small little mound is a body of a human woman in monk robes, and she has a strange golden mask that looks like kind of like a snarling gargoyle face is perched next to her, laying there.
Wonder if this is that monk they were talking about.
I take a closer look.
Well, you didn't really give a symbol of it, but just like it's gold. It's glinted tin. It doesn't look really valuable, but it is a golden. It's a golden mask of, like I said, it's a snarling face, gargoyle or some type of human, but it fit over her head very easily, very snugly, like it was made for her. Anybody else give me some history rolls? Nobody?
I don't have the history skills. So.
But Kaz, you can give me, because there's some dwarves involved in here, so give me a history check anyway. The red axe symbol, right? You come across to know that this is definitely Mirabar, the emblem of Mirabar, and this has got to be some of that group's. 2 and 2 together makes 4. You're able to put that together. Any survival rolls? Someone give me crew and Mar, give me some survival wisdom checks, please. Well, why don't y'all just slap me around some? Y'all are studying kind of the tracks and the lay of the land, and you can see from the looks of it that another group of 30 or more, probably bugbears or medium humans, headed west into the hills. And you know, it's definitely a large group. We're headed that direction.
Interesting. We should check it out carefully.
Bar's all for shooting the ugly elves.
Who are you calling ugly elf?
Krugesh agrees with following the tracks to the west to see where they lead to.
All right. Y'all follow that somewhat into the hills, and you proceed to cross in and over, and you come up to the river. And then they stop. It's kind of really looks like there must have been some boats, keel boats there. It looks like the tracks kind of all get into where those kinds of maybe been perched in on the banks, and you know, by the looks of it, they got into the boats and they sailed off. And the current goes south, just so you know.
Let's start floating down the river.
We don't have any boats. They had boats left there. Looks like there had been some.
Who can make a boat?
Well, I have wood carving tools and wood carving skills, but I don't know about making a boat. Might make a raft, maybe. Anybody got a bunch of trees?
We should be able to find trees around.
Is there enough of a bank to walk down the side of the river without having to get in?
No, this is pretty good. This river is fairly good size. Not something you can cross over without.
Well, even if we just stayed on this side, is there a way to walk down it?
Oh, you can go down the side, certainly, but you're in the middle of, some mount, if you look where you're at on the map, make sure everybody's got it, that you came across, you're right in here, and you're going to have, it's definitely going to slow you down as you proceed to, make your way through there. It's rough terrain, ridges, hills.
Well, it is our only clue.
Mm-hmm. And
We'll trudge along downriver.
Yeah, let's head south down the river as best as we can. Maybe we'll find a boat, or unless we can make a raft.
let's see. Well, it could take some time. If you can try to put that together. There's plenty of wood around here. I would give you the rest of the day to make a raft or two for y'all with all your.
I think
That's
we
up
should
to-
try to make a raft.
That's up to y'all. Yeah. We can play it either way.
Yeah, let's do that.
So y'all get yourselves into the early. It'll get you the rest of the day to plan your raft making venture. Are we going to try to head on down at night? Or are you going to wait till the next day?
It's probably a bad idea to go down on a raft in the middle of the night.
Y'all are adventurers. You live for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but our drunken sailor left us. I don't know how many of us are waterbound.
That's right. That's true.
And only a couple of us actually have, dark vision, so.
I have torches.
So
Yeah, because
Just saying.
that wouldn't stick out.
Yeah, I guess we'll head down the next morning then.
All right. Well, we proceed to head on. Well, let me see. We got to get through the night. Do we have any company? No one wants to come play with y'all. That's so sad. All right. Morning wakes. D-Bagel. What's going on? Good to see you, pal. All right. We get to morning time. Everybody gets up, gets the breakfast, and it is time to. I'm sorry, and we float around, and let's just see. Now, for anybody was there any watercraft experience with any of y'all? Are we?
No, it's gonna be like one of those Huckleberry and Jim kind of thing.
Yes,
Crew
it
Cash
is.
just kind of
Yeah, I haven't gotten to
pole arm in the water and pushing along the side.
Yep, very. Okay.
I haven't gotten to second level bard yet, so I'm not jack of all trades yet.
All righty. Well, yeah, I'll move along, and it's it's not a big fast current, and sights and sounds, nothing much happens. As you cross the bend, though, off to the west, there is what is that? Let me see. Begin to see a. So that looks to be an establishment. I'm just trying to see which one that is. Kaz, give me a roll, history roll.
Okay.
You recall some lore that there was a dwarven summer palace here that's long been collapsed and long gone. But you think it looks to maybe the palace is gone. Most of it has fallen in, but there's still a small shrine there. That you recall, but you don't believe. To your knowledge, there hasn't been dwarves there for some time, but you think that's what the ruins are that you kind of see some of as you're floating down the river.
Cool. I'll share that information with the party, like I'm some sort of tour guide.
And
do we want to check it out?
I want to check it out.
Y'all's call.
Yeah, if you want to check it out, we can check it out.
All right, so y'all pull off, kind of dock your raft.
Yep.
Yes, Crew Cash will drag it up onto the shore.
Bar will ride on the raft the entire time going, wee!
All right, so Kaz can recall that it rumored it used to hold the summer palace of the Basilmer Dwarven King. Basilmer, God, some of these words sometimes. And it's really, like I said, there's just really much of a shrine there. You pull off and you notice that it's going to take some time to get up to the ruins. It's definitely some treacherous land there. It's not something that it'll take you a good bit of the day to get up, climb up through, and you get there. And when get closer to it, let me see, where is it? So as you're approaching the shrine, you get definitely see some steps that are cut into the side of the gorge area, and you climb your way and you get to that, and you begin to follow your way up the steps, and you go about 20 steps or so, and then becomes a what looks to be a narrow path that becomes switchback based, and you'll have to walk single file up the path.
Yep, we'll keep going.
All right, so
Rukesh will head up first.
Yeah, so I want to say, what's the order? In the party sheet, let's go to the order tab, and you're headed up north. So you've got crew in the front, and everybody else is giving your order, just in case. And Mana and Kaz, all right, Mana, you're last. Did you find out what I'm talking about?
No, sorry.
So go over to the party sheet, upper right hand corner, Fantasy Grounds, click on it. I just want you to know where it's at. And then when that comes open, you've got tabs on the right, and there's a tab that says order.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
And then you put your character, I just want you to know where it's at. You can move her into line, and you begin to hike it way up. It begins, spend about easily half an hour going the way up. And crew, you are sitting in lead, and boom. Give me a perception check at disadvantage, please.
Alrighty.
Boom. You were walking along, and your foot catches a tripwire between two boulders, about 2 inches off the ground. And all that basically happens is a bunch of stones kind of dislodge and make a bunch of noise, but one comes through the path area. And I need crew and Mar to give me dex saving throws, please. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it slams into both of y'all.
Question. So since I'm technically in front of Mar, and I've made my dex saving throw, can I make an extra strength saving throw to just stomp the boulder in its tracks?
Give it to me. You can make it pretty high. Let's see if you can do it. Oh, I wanted to be a little bit higher, but you can at least, it knocks you both down. You take 4 points of damage, and because you're knocking somewhat aside, whatever this roll is will be half. So Mar takes 1. All right. And you're able to basically catch it. Mar, he would look like he would have been pushed off the side had he not moved that boulder enough, and it would have taken him down the side of the hill for a nasty little tumble. But that rock just moves on about its way, and you don't see anything else happening.
I'll look back and tell everyone else to watch their step and keep on heading up the path.
All right, so y'all begin to continue up the switch packs and back and forth, and then it begins to look like it levels out. And you see close that out. Where is arm? Have one yet? what do you know? I actually share this with y'all. I'll be getting a map right now. Made it the trap right here. Get up and you continue on up. Then as it switch back, you begin to see what I put there. You see then two standing, just two dwarfs. Kaz recognized them to be. All right.
Urkesh will head up to the dwarves, waving. Greetings. We're looking for some delegates that have gone astray here. Have you seen any of them?
As soon as you come in to the they turn around and bolt into the courtyard. You guys are coming in here. Let me see. Come here.
It would seem they're not the talkative type. Cast your normal people. Your people normally run away from people exchanging greetings.
Possibly the mountain dwarfs.
Trying to get. Okay, this is making me mad. How the heck do I get this box? Okay. Yeah, so y'all were coming and they bolted side.
Okay. Urkesh will keep on heading forwards towards the courtyard.
All right, y'all move in and y'all begin to hear what sounds to be there's some hammering going on inside, and it sounds maybe like chanting. What you can see that it's a large area. They ran. Click. What would you like to do?
We'll try to investigate this chanting and hammering and maybe stealthily. I don't know. They already know we're here, so.
So you move on it closer in, right?
Yeah, we'll just.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
What you begin to see is a large room, and See them. Oh, these guys are back over here now. Another looks to be female dwarf.
Mar wonders where the dwarf's beard is, because I mean, that statue's missing one.
And you look, you're seeing that, yeah, female dwarf in the middle, all that's going on, and the looks like, I can't really tell, some type of ceremony is going on, and there to the east of the statue, when you see that, y'all move into the area. Let's put y'all's tokens on the map. Let's go ahead and move on in, put yourselves in the entranceway where y'all can see things. I'm gonna put y'all here, let y'all pick where you want to go. Hold on, that's the wrong one. Go away. I continually do that and I don't know why. Anna R. Nilius. Who as Growl. There you go. Here you walk in. You see that the two dwarves that had come in were talking to the female dwarf, and they then go back to the end of the and she turns and looks to you and welcomes you. Oh, just in time for the wedding. We have new guests. They kind of motions you to make your way in, you know, to turn, and she kind of turns back to the line of dwarves there and all that, and she's doing some kind of humming. Now, why don't you, crew, you don't have that back, crew, put that is Kaz. 1 second. Your arrow went away. Crew, why is that? I got lock tokens. Huh. I don't get it, because that means you're not coming on the combat track. Or. Alright. Amanda and Nilius. And your owl.
Well, Mar heard wedding, and that's like a party, and that means there's food, right?
Well, you don't see anything right now. They're kind of in a procession. They're dressed in, looks like they've got robes on, kind of ornamental robes. They're, like I said, the front, female dwarf, she turns around and goes back to officiating and kind of waving her hands, and they just kind of look at you, but they're looking up at her.
Krukesh is used to there being alcohol at weddings, so he's just going to go ahead and join the procession.
They kind of seem like they're kind of forming in line to go somewhere. So, crew's going to move in.
Yes, he's going to.
Anybody else?
I'm gonna stand back and watch.
Milius.
I'll move there and kind of keep my back to the wall and watch.
Oh no, she made she face. Please join us. Come on in. Getting ready to do the formal introductions
I
and all
don't
that.
think so.
Oh, don't be upset. Don't be worried. It's a lovely. If you're getting ready to witness a lovely dwarvish wedding.
I'm not sure I think anything dwarvish is lovely.
And your all moves in, I'm assuming, with you. And so they proceed to start getting, she turns around and marches, and she stops and she turns and she holds up her hands and she begins to wave. And everybody give me initiative rolls, please.
I knew I should have stayed back.
Now, let me see. Anybody, let me... okay, Nilius, you can give me a... give me another... You can roll your... Give me a second roll for your initiative.
Okay.
Take that roll. All right. Mar, same thing for you. Mana, same thing for you. Crew Cash, no. Kaz, yes. Like Crew's the only one. Whatever the highest of the two rolls were.
22 for me.
22 for me as well, yes.
All right.
14.
So yours was 14. And Kaz, you're at 18. 14.
Yeah,
Crew's at
that's
8.
nice.
Yep. All right. Bingo. All right. They turn, and what you happen to notice is they're turning. You got the high roll. They have, you can see that they have chainmail shirts under their robes, and they're reaching for weapons. And they whip out they carry these two-handed war hammers. We start. Nilius, you start us off.
Huh. Okay, I'm going to step back. And then I will cast Enlarge. Our barbarian friend here.
Something I've been meaning to ask stuff. Enlarge affects my weapon. Would that give it a 15-foot range?
That's a good question. I mean, does the spell enlarge everything about you? I mean, so...
It increases everything about him.
Because I know it adds damage for it, but I don't know if it would affect my range.
Let me see what the...
Don't think the spell specifically says anything about that.
Creature object you see in direction
why I
goes
kinda
larger.
thought of that, but
Choose either a creature or an object that is neither worn nor carried. If a target is a creature, everything it is wearing and carrying changes sizes with it. The target size doubles in all dimensions. The target's weapons also grow to match its new size. While these weapons are enlarged, the target attacks with them deals an extra 1d4 damage. So you get the extra d4 damage. So, but what I mean, it's saying that I wouldn't see why you couldn't make that assumption, Crew. I think that's a fair enough deal. It says it grows to match your new size. So it would give you another 5 feet of swinging space.
Okay.
All right.
It's just I keep thinking about it, but I always forget to bring it up.
It says it says right there. So it grows to match the size. So I would give you that ability. But you
As
just
a
go ahead.
bonus action, I'm also going to give him Bardic Inspiration. So the D6 he can use within, I think it's the next 10 minutes. You go!
All right, Mar.
Mar's gonna hop up here and target the female dwarf and yell at her, "You promised me muffins!" That's odd.
You didn't. Okay, you hit her. Let me check to make sure. Yeah, you hit.
I don't think she is actually on the, well, like in the combat tracker.
Hold on. Let me make sure I did it right. Second. Where is she? Let me pull this off a second and do this right. Oops, that's a little large. Now try it.
Yeah. And I will burn a dice to fear her. Well, menace her, whatever. Gonna yell muffin again and shoot her a second time. And screw it. No action surge. Roll twice on this. So what do you what? Huh?
Roll twice on the table and choose. Okay, so you get a choice. So you open up the table. Let me make sure you should be able to see it. Make sure. Oh, hold on. Well, I don't know.
Would I just roll it? What is it? What do I roll for that
here,
table?
I just shared it. So open up the modules. Go to your library. You go to your library, and then go to modules, and you should have a Rob Tui 5 D100 critical hits and fumbles table sitting there. All right, so there's the first one. Roll the second one. Oh no.
I guess we'll go with the second one, the wrist blow.
So that was an arrow shot, right? So it's a piercing weapon. So you shot her in the hand, and the target's hand, one of its hands she had up in her air, and some effect related to the type of damage. So 50% chance of either main or offhand. The way you're facing it would have been her left. It's incapacitated in case, so it's pierced, yeah, and it's struck pretty hard. So go ahead and do your damage. And
all right, I'm gonna burn another dice and make it a knockdown shot.
Anything else you want to do?
I have one more attack still.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to knock her down. Oh well. Okay, that's the last of my attacks.
Oh boy. So the dwarven guards. Let's see. One turns, and your brethren Kaz looks at you and drops a war hammer on you.
He is no brother.
This one runs up, hops up on the deal. Or uh-oh. Complete magical doctrine is everywhere for the lights went out, so everybody is that is darkness. So what that means that lovely spell, unbelievable. For how long? Just for one round. All right. So until the start of his turn, everybody is inside darkness. It says complete magical darkness everywhere for one round. So this whole room went out, and that means nobody. Creature with dark vision can't even see through the darkness. Any and all. Okay, so I'll have to play that out. You have attacks at disadvantage for everything that you do. Everybody does now. Now they also need to make. He's running forward. I want to see if he's able. Oh, this is going to make it just. That was awesome. This is going to make it very difficult to. He can know where he's going. All right, he'll roll enough, but he'll have disadvantage on you, crew. Misses. All right. This guy, the same thing. They will all have to make checks to see if they can remember what they're doing. He does. We'll move around. Kaz, you feel movement on your right. Oh, don't roll it. He's got to be at disadvantage. Total whiff. They are just going to move up. They can't get in there really well, so we'll hold her turn, except for 9. 9 will be at disadvantage. Kaz. And misses. Alright, Kaz.
Okay, Kaz is gonna cast his Spirit Guardians at level 3.
Okay.
Which affects all of them that are within 15 feet radius. So let me see.
Volume down, a little loud. How's everybody in chat doing? We've got some viewers. Hey, D. My graphics artist is on here too, watching. Marveling in his work for the channel. He should be studying though. What's he doing? He's in school. Alright, Kaz, what do we do? You running Spirit Guardians? Alright.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna cast it on them.
What the heck? Oh, what the bleep just happened to them? What'd they take? Type of radio? Wow. You heard a lot of cussing, to say the least. Alright, Mana. Anything you do will be at disadvantage.
Okay, hey, what is that in the corner?
Where? Behind you?
Yes.
Yeah, that was it's just a brazier.
Something on the ground?
Yeah, it's a lit brazier of fire, but what has happened is one of the misfires the room kind of went all, it's magically dark. So even though there's light there,
Yeah.
there's nothing, you can't see in front of you.
Sure. Well, I remember there being a wall next to me, so I'd like to slide to the side and touch the wall and work my way to the corner and hide.
That's
in the
well,
corner.
you'll be able to back up, but then you'll run into that thing and you'll feel a lot of heat because it's lit. So it's a fire.
Okay, so yeah, because that's still hot. Dang.
But they won't get opportunity attacks on you, so they won't know that you've moved.
Okay.
But you'll have, you can get to the wall and back a little bit because you knew that it was there. But if you venture out into the open area, that will be, you might lose your way. You don't know which way you actually may be walking.
Okay, I'll just do that then. I'll just move to the side and back as far as I can go. And then I'll end my turn, I guess.
That's fine. No, that's fair enough. Not much you can do.
Okay.
It's but getting out of the way is not a problem.
The owl is actually on my shoulder, so
yeah,
I'll just
it would
move
just
him back there.
stay there. That's fine. Fair enough.
Yep, he's gonna stay on my
And-
shoulder for the moment.
Crew cash. Any attacks?
Surprised by the sudden darkness, he's going to enter a rage.
All right.
And since it is dark, he will be recklessly swinging his glaive straight down in front of him where there used to be people.
So you get an advantage, but you also have a disadvantage. So I guess that'd be even money then. So
yes, I'm clicking disadvantage. It'll cancel each other out.
Yep, that's all I want to make sure. Thank you. Clip somebody. You hear that? Body
He's
drops
going
to the ground.
Raise his glaive again and swing down. Oh, I forgot to do disadvantage on that. It still missed.
You still missed. That's fine.
And once again with the... No, never mind, I entered rage. Can't do it this time. He will let out a bellowing roar and end his turn.
When Mar hit the dwarf, the scream, the guttural scream that came out of the dwarf was unlike any sound that a dwarf should have made. Let me just put it that way. And it yells out some mumbo jumbo and oof. Y'all don't know that, but Anilius.
Okay.
You heard the
and
dwarf
just,
speak something magical. You do know that. You know arcane enough. It yelled something out, made some type of spell cast.
Okay, thank you. The moment I'm just gonna focus straight ahead. For some reason, my owl took over. I cannot seem to
Do what now? What do you want to do?
target. I can't seem to target at the moment. There we go. It finally worked. I am going to use my wand of magic.
Okay. Oh, it's from the, you're actually using the wand. That's why I didn't make any sounds. I gotta fix that. Alright,
Okay.
they flew true. You saw them shoot out or barely shoot out and then boom. Right, baby, I'm tooting that horn. And they hit something. You hear, oof, oof, oof.
Yep.
Okay.
I will also move slowly.
Yep, along the wall. That's fine.
Yep. And that will be it.
All right, Mar.
Is it still dark?
Yes, it is until the start of the guard's turns.
Mar will just bounce backwards, I guess.
Well, you hop off that platform. Give me a dex save of at least a 12, or you're gonna fall down. All right, and then you can back up too. All right.
Okay, and then since I can't see anything, I'm just going to dodge an arrow, ready my bow, and wait for the lights to come back.
Okay.
Hopefully.
So that's that was. That's okay. So, Kaz, is that your spell effect? That green?
Correct. Yes.
Pop that off, just so we know. You don't
Okay.
mind, unless yeah, you're done with it. I think it was just the one cast,
Well,
right?
No, it's a concentration spell. So at the beginning
Leave it there.
of their
Leave
turn,
it there. No, leave it there. Then that's fine. I'll make do. So, because now the darkness goes off. Now it's their turn. So poof, and all of a sudden they're all looking around at each other and they're very surprised. And Mar, you move. So guard 1 bellows and swings down on.
Def, also the spell makes it so that at the beginning of each of their turns they have to make the wisdom save and also take damage. So
Oh, bummer. So why didn't that put that on there then? What's that was Spirit Guardians, right?
yes,
It doesn't have a little thing to put that on them.
Let's see. As an effect, on an affected creature, speed is halved. When a creature enters the area for the first time, it has to make a saving throw on a fail, but on a successful. If they, hold on, I think it's an affected
and
creature.
it's also when it starts its turn there too.
Creature enters the area for the first time or on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. Yep. Okay. So that is Spirit Guardians. Let me back this up. Let me see if I have that as an effect.
I can also manually do it for each one if you like before you do whatever you want.
Yeah, just drop it on each one of them. We'll start with guard 1. Okay. So I'm assuming that if they fail, then they get the damage, right? Okay.
Correct.
And he crush it down. So let's do guard 11. Oh my god, this is not even going to be fair. 12. So he saves that. And it still doesn't matter. Just come on down the line, Kaz. Might as well.
Kaz is the man.
This is not even like... Boy, no, this is the game. Dwarf just screwed his whole clan over.
That's my new favorite spell.
Not a single one of them is going to survive.
Did.
Guard
one.
9, and he all he can do is just...
All of his buddies just fell next to him.
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick. Make sure, Kaz, you mean old dwarf, and party all right, Kaz, you're up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're up.
I will let this guy leave with his life if he decides to run, but if not, I'll just keep fighting him.
He's already attacked you, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mana,
Yes.
it's back to light. You see all the dwarves have been killed. Radiant, they're just sizzling, and they all kind of cooked all around Crew Cash and Kaz. Kaz is kind of beaming there, just kind of, he's dapping, and so or dabbing, whatever you want to call it. He's patting himself on the back there. But the female dwarf that was at the beginning of the group and all that is not to be seen.
I'd like to loot the bodies, and then I kind of want to go down the hall.
You can do whatever you want. You got to, but both of those, you got to choose an action. You can go through their bodies, or you can go down the hall. There were what, 8 bodies there? 10 bodies? There's a lot of bodies to look through.
I'd rather go look down the hall.
I think you can take off that effect now, Kaz. Call me crazy.
Yeah, it's concentration for 10 minutes, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, then leave it on. Can you move it, or does it stay right there?
If it's concentration,
yeah, it stays on me.
Stop.
Yeah, it's concentration for 10 minutes.
Then you can just, release it if you want to.
I'll leave it on for 10 minutes if that other thing is still around.
What you look, Kaz, down into the hallway there. It's just, it looks to be some type of little shrine. You don't see any, oh, let me put this back on. You don't see anybody, you don't see any movement there from where you're at.
All right, I'll just tell everybody that there was nothing down that hall and nothing in the room. And then I will end my turn.
Owl.
I will stay on my shoulder.
Crew. Still
Cash is going to.
huge, enlarged.
Yes. Going to lumber his way over here and see if he can see anything further up north.
Huh? You see that?
There are stairways up towards this direction. Perhaps they lead further into the temple. And then at that point, rage would have fallen off.
Okay.
And recklessness.
Did you use, okay, so, rage and recklessness, okay. Boom. Okay, I need... All right. Here. Courtyard. All right, we are out of initiative. for the moment. Not. Owl flies over there and sees. Hit it. Hallway with some doors.
There's some doors over that way, guys.
Rugesh will head over to investigate said doors.
Here, them turn off. Why don't we do this? Unlock tokens. There we go.
I will also stop the concentration on the enlarge spell.
All right. Kaz, what about your concentration? There we go.
Yeah, I'll stop it.
He says grudgingly, fine.
Duff, can I look for tracks for this thing? Did it move away or did it teleport away?
You have nothing. You don't see anything. You don't see tracks.
Has
All
my
right.
arrows in it. I want them back.
Yeah, it had an arrow. All right, you go. You look there, and in the hallway. Is that right? Or did I just give the right one? Yeah. Looks like each one of these. You look you see what looks to be each kind of look dormitory rooms. From, opening up each door. Unless you haven't stepped in any of them, but you can see just opening the doors, they weren't locked. What do you want to do?
Bounce on the bed?
We'll search the rooms to see if there's anything important or secret.
And investigation checks from each of you in each one of those rooms.
Yeah, that'll work.
Who hasn't rolled? Crew, I see Kaz. You roll from you. What the heck? All right, Kaz, you notice some looks to be a small trace of blood or some signs of violence, and it left the room and went straight across to the other room. As soon as Mana walked into that room, before she could make a choice, opened up the door, and she sees this in that room.
Guess that come out in the hall. Oh, there's nothing in that
screams.
one.
Yeah, Mana screams. Ah! You hear
Mana
Mana?
screams and jumps out of the room.
And Kaz comes walking in, and Kaz, give me a investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Hey, Darm. Okay. You're noticing that these are the true dwarves. These look to be the inhabitants that were the keepers of the shrine. And they have been butchered and they have multiple contusions of what looks to be bludgeoning type damage, hammer damage to most of their bodies. A few of them have large, deep rents as though claws had gouged them out. And they have been dead for close to almost 2 weeks.
Okay, I share that with the party, and I kind of make a prayer to Tempest. A bit disappointed that my brothers have died.
Okay. Nothing else is in those rooms that you can tell.
Perhaps there is more off of this temple than we had thought. There were stairs to the north. Perhaps we should investigate and see where they go. You guys will start heading that way.
Anybody else gonna leave crew behind? I mean, and let's see. Yep, you fall in there. You see the stairs. You see the braziers. You
Do we notice any tracks or anything?
You see definitely footprints going up and down. There's no doubt about that. Kaz, something catches your eye by the western brazier. The west, yeah. No, I'm sorry, the east. I said, yeah, it's on your side. It doesn't matter. It catches your attention. You see what looks to be a great axe leaning up on the wall, kind of behind the brazier to the, that upper corner area. You see an axe.
All right, I'll inspect it.
You see what's Dethic runes? Is that a dwarf language? What the hell? Give me a history check, Kaz. What the hell is Dethic? Wait a second. Here's me, my ignorance again. Sorry. It's Dwarven script. Okay. I just learned something. You'll know. You got it. It reads in the script, "A beacon in the dark depths." I will put this in your inventory. Did it? There it is. All right, I've got it in your inventory now.
Okay. I guess we'll continue searching.
All right. You basically, the rest of the room is kind of cleaned out. You see stairs, like it shows in the picture there. They're both set going up to the left and up to the right. What shall you do?
I send my owl a little bit ahead.
Yeah. Why did I not guess that already? I do not know why. And it flies around and it sees a curtain hanging down, covering the end of the stairwell. As it hits the landing, it makes that turn. There is a curtain all the way down to the ground.
There's a curtain down there, guys.
We'll head up the stairs. He's going to push the curtain aside and see if there's anything behind it.
Hold on, let me see where you're at. Everybody else get, what are y'all doing? Cruz walked up there, Kaz is there, where's everybody else? I'm missing, alright, okay. Alrighty. So, I need initiative rolls from everybody, please. Where you are at. All right. I need, let's see. All right, if you scroll down to the bottom of the left-hand corner of the map, you should see another room that I've just opened up. See this. I didn't put those characters in, but you are looking at what you see is a dwarf kind of on the stairwell, flanked by two dwarven guards, and what looks to be a female. That's not supposed to be. Damn, I gave that away. There's a big, giant-looking thing sitting in the middle of that room. It's supposed to be the female. It's got an arrow in its hand. Left hand. It is a large, giant-looking creature. It looks like this, folks. Not even going to try to hide. Everybody should have seen that. It has an arrow stuck in its left hand. So, we will play this out now.
Do any of us know what that is?
That's a good question. Let's see. People can give me some nature checks. Let's see how y'all do. Anybody can give me, it better be pretty high though. Okay, Nilish, maybe. Anybody else? Well, fine, Mar, you too. And Anilius, something's ringing in your back of your mind of somehow you believe that there were some ogres that had magical skills. You just can't remember what they were called though. And Mar is kicking up something of some old nursery rhymes of old boogeyman ogres that would come in the night, demonic ogres that had blue or green skin. They tormented kids in their nightmares, and he's having them because it just come to mind because of the nightmares he's having and the unease that he's been having for a while. Not quite remembering the name, but they're beasts to not be trifled with. And with that being said,
I know this because I pelted the hell out of it.
Yeah, you see an arrow in its hand, left hand. Kaz, you're up first.
Alright, Kaz is gonna cast Bless on the party.
He says it so offhandedly. Fine, I'll cast Bless.
And I'll go ahead and cast my spiritual weapon.
Alrighty, you need a token. Let's see. Library. What tokens? Oh, I put the wrong. $. Alright, here's your spiritual weapon. Put it where you want it.
I'll cast it right next to that big guy and start swinging it at him.
Alrighty. Going to do. So he's going to. Oh. Fine. He rushes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On crew. Bellows. He haven't taken. Alright.
And as he enters my range, I'm going to slap him with a glaive. Or attempt to.
He dodges out of the way. He has got. Alright, he swings his short sword. Holy moly, how many? He's got. Alright, he's got the second one. And you haven't had a chance to take a turn. So he has surprised you there, crew. Going to get. Wallops you for that. And you need to make defeated. Boom, he bellows out. How dare you interrupt my doings here? I'll make you pay for killing my men. Mana. So you are right behind the curtain, so you can move down to behind the curtain on the map area. Kind of here. Yeah, y'all can just drag your token down there, and I need to lock them here in a second. But
okay.
And same thing for you, Anilius. Just bring yourself on down there along the border of the kind of here, Amanda. You'll be here.
Okay.
This should be there. Let me bring your owl.
Can I roll for a stealth and like try to like do some damage that way, since he hasn't seen me yet or anything? Or are
Well,
we all behind the curtain? No.
well, Crew is behind the curtain, and Kaz, who's attacked so far. So it's Kaz is kind of open up the curtain area. They haven't seen you yet, but your sneak would make you hide, or you were going to hide. But as soon as you do any type of action of attack, you would then give away your location. So
Okay.
what other, you don't really have any type of those. What are your abilities? So yeah, you're more
You
of a
wouldn't be able to
range.
get a stealth attack thing or a sneak attack like they did. It's a rogue thing.
Yep. Something built into their character.
Okay. No. Maybe I'll just move closer in. 'Cause I would still be behind the curtain. Right?
Yep.
I can't do anything still. So I guess I don't know what to do. Can my teammates whisper to me like what they think I should do?
Crew, what do you want her to do?
Granted, she had a concussion and doesn't remember any of this, but old Mana used to crawl under Crew's legs and poke things in the shin.
Yep.
And poke things in the shin?
But you do an attack.
Do a full attack. I just.
Oh. Okay, well.
You move up.
You can occupy the same space as a creature one size larger than you.
And he is. So basically what it was like, you attack and then move back so that you couldn't get swung at by the attacker that you were hitting.
Okay. Then I'll just do that. I'll crawl between
Go right
Crew's
for it then.
legs and shoot. Okay.
Don't look up. Crew only wears the loincloths.
That was the joke, yes.
Okay, I promise. Let's see.
Other type of battle.
Right. And come back out from between his legs.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so Duff, do I realize that this is the dwarf that I shot at earlier?
You recognize that your arrow's in the hand but that ain't no dwarf.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do I realize that this is the same, basically, what I shot earlier?
Do you put two and two together? What do you come up with?
Okay.
His character isn't exactly bright, so
That's all right.
Well, yeah.
So, but you see your arrow and go, "Hey, that's my arrow. Give it back."
Or it's like, I still want my muffins, and then he's going to shoot.
There you go. That's our Mar. That's the one we know.
And miss on a shot. I'll take my second shot. We'll make a dice roll to give that thing. Try to fear it at least. Ar's gonna yell out muffins and end his turn.
Owl is staying on my shoulder for the time being.
Alright, Owl. Alright, Dwarf Guard. They're rushing up. Head up onto you, Mar. This is Nilius.
How big are the ceilings right here?
The ceilings are, good question. It's a big. I mean, let's see. The main chamber is fairly. The temple. Doesn't say.
Well, if that's a large creature, I'm assuming it can handle that.
There's a giant ogre thing in the middle of the room. So.
Yeah, definitely 20, 30 feet up in the air. There's definitely. It's a fairly good sized room. So. Put it that way.
So, time to have our own giant.
Better get ready, crew. Here it comes. Large, all right. Oni. Now, it
shouldn't be able to move towards Mar.
is not. All right, that's fine. Get it, and it. It does what? And crew cache got enlarged, right? So
yes,
he steps up here. His crew. Has a glaive in his hand. It's in.
Ouch. Very ouch.
Suffering that amount of damage, Krukash is going to enter a rage. Extremely angry at this thing, he is going to attack recklessly with his glaive. Letting out a beastly roar. I will not be stopped. You will die.
Okay, so Kaz is gonna bring his spiritual weapon over and swing at that creature for his bonus attack. And then he'll use his sacred flame on the creature.
Alright. Alright, so he doesn't. But he gets. Alright, so he gets this extra at crew. And should have extra damage. Oh, I didn't put it on. Ah, darn it. That was my bad. Crew and knocks you down. Crew is down. Alright. Bellows out. I am the one who makes the rules here. Mana, you have crew cash on the floor in front of you.
Okay. I will go for grooming, whatever. Say his name. How do I? Oh, there we go. Sorry. Say the wrong one. Okay. Can you tell? Do I have Hunter's mark on me already?
Yeah, you just cast it on yourself. That was the.
Okay.
Or.
Well, seeing this little bang attack knock down crew, he's gonna switch targets to it. Can I use my inspiration to re-roll that?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll use a dice on that. Last dice, but I'll go ahead and use it. And then I'll take my second shot at him again.
Okay.
And that will be it.
Owl.
Owl's gonna stay where he is at the moment.
Nilius.
Okay, I cast Healing Word as a 3rd level spell. Giving the big guy a little lift. And that will be my turn for the moment.
Alrighty. This creature, not knowing that crew's awake yet, I cast and he gets alright. And alright. Hold on here. Alright. So I gotta take that off. 1 second. Alright. All right. Crew.
Krugesh is going to stand back up and he's going to enter another rage.
All right.
And once again, he
Just
will.
checking. All right. Just checking.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Standing back up, he will
Who?
attack recklessly at this Rumnik in front of him, since he is the one who put him down.
Hit.
Swing again. I told you I will not be restrained or stopped.
Kaz.
Kaz just stands there.
All right. And he. Let's see. All right, that was let's see, what was that was the first hit, and the second one. He misses. Mana.
I have a spell for Cure Wounds. Can I use that on Crew to help him out a little bit?
Yeah,
or-
it's an action. Sure. Yep.
Oh, it's an action. Yeah.
So you target him.
Okay. I don't know exactly how to use it. Okay.
So you so hold on, clear out the targets. Now click on him one more time, and then on the spell, you would just cure wounds. You just hit the plus mark, and it should give him the. Yep, gave him 5 points.
Well, it's not much. Sorry. Okay. And does that mean my turn's over? Or
You can move. You still got
target something else?
You still have movement, but you don't have another attack unless you have some type of bonus action attack, and I don't believe that you do. Master favorite enemy, fighting in style. You. That's it. You just have movement left.
All right. Well, I'll just stay there.
Mar.
Well, Mars is upset this thing is still standing, so he's going to try to finish it off.
Oh. Alright, so do your damage. So you've got multiple attacks here then. Oh, what is this? Hear him bellow out.
It's still alive? Okay.
Oh yeah. And he collapses.
And so, did I get an extra attack? From
Yeah,
that?
you have an extra. It says you get. You may take one extra bonus action.
Okay, I only have one bonus action ability I was going to use anyways. I'll second wind. Oh, really? Okay.
Well, you got did you already take yours? So don't you means you get an extra one or not? I'm not sure.
Well, it says bonus action or move, and I don't think you can normally take an attack as a bonus action unless it specifically says you can. I mean, that's kind of your call.
And what all is a move action? Is that just a regular move, or is that like a dodge, disengage, or
no? It'd be an extra move. You could have, if you had already, if you had already moved, you could have done an extra move, an extra bonus action. So if a bonus action is not an attack, then it could be. I mean, is that an extra same as spell? You could do 2 of those then. I guess. I
only get one use of it, so I don't have anything I can really do else bonus action wise.
Okay.
So I will just pass my turn then.
Owl.
Owl will stay where she is.
Dwarf guard. 5 turns to hit crew. Misses. Other one misses. Nilius.
Okay, I'm going to step forward a little bit.
I haven't seen you move yet.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay, sorry, I'm just making sure.
Yes, I'll move.
There you go.
Where did I put my character? Apparently I closed it. Okay, and this time I am going to cast Cure Light Wounds.
Okay.
The second here, I'm going to cast it as a 3rd level spell.
Crew's about to get some major healing, it sounds like.
This hopefully will do a good job. And then I will step back. And that will be my turn.
Alright, this did. Okay. So your companion, it fails. Alright, and it takes oh man. This isn't right. Oh man, that's everybody.
Is this going to be a deck save?
Going to be it. Nope, it is not.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah. Alright, this is.
I'm going to
that give everybody their damage too.
I'm going to use something for my saving throw.
Is Cav still charmed?
No. Not when he did that. Well, did you fail?
I rolled an 8. I'm not supposed to know what the number is. I'm choose to.
Yeah, you can just re-roll your.
Well, I'm gonna have an 18 plus 2 gives me 20.
All right, so that means you passed. So Well, okay, so the damage. Okay, so who? Let's start at the top here. Okay, so you passed. So let me see what the damage is going to be. Who failed? Mar failed. Oh no!
You should be able to just roll the damage.
I am. I found it. I found it. I just. I was trying to see. I didn't hover over it. So here we go, folks. Did that do it?
Yeah.
It looks like Anilius needs to have his
Yeah,
damage
his
modified.
is half. So how much was Anilius's damage? Was
So he would have taken 18.
trying to see. It was a total of 37. So yeah, 18. So whoops. Okay. Fellows out. Crew.
Crew's still in his reckless rage is going to swing at this giant beast again.
I can do this all day long. Just like that.
Misses with the back end of his polearm, letting out a bellowing roar. I will not be restrained.
Okay,
Now you know that it cast that on you, Kaz. You know it came from him.
Kaz is going to heal. Alright, I'm gonna just cast Mass Healing Word and then take a shot at that creature.
Mana.
Alright. Can I see the guy from where I'm at? I can't, right?
Yeah, he's a big creature, so he would actually have moved here over. So
Okay. So can I see him from where I'm at?
yes, you may. Yes,
Even through the curtains?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can step under Crew. He's large size still. You just have to watch for his long manliness that is there. So
Oh, okay. Let's see. Come on. Be good.
bad joke. I had to throw it out there.
Just use my normal. Did I do anything to him?
Yeah, you did some damage. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's it.
Bar.
Oh well, Mar didn't like that. That was cold.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be friends.
Yeah, that friends went out the window already on him. And that's all I have left in my bag of tricks.
Al, do anything or not, Anilius?
Not this time around. Nope.
Ugh. Anilius.
Okay, I'm going to. I am going to. My one.
Your mic's off.
I'm going to point my one at this creature.
All right. Yep.
And I guess end my turn.
Creature is very well. It would full in through. Fruit.
Still recklessly attacking this monstrosity in front of him. I will be the one who remains standing in this.
Kaz.
Kaz will move forward and swing at the creature. Actually, I'm going to, yeah, I'm gonna swing at the creature.
Uh-oh. Oops.
I guess not.
Mana. The effects of spell were still holding to you, Kaz. And it messed up your swing. What you gonna do, Mana? There you go.
I'm gonna go for him again.
Mm-hmm. That would be a hit. 32.
Yeah.
32. Holy moly. He staggers back. Ugh. What is this?
Still not dead.
Mar.
You're going down.
Balls. Like that.
Alright, then he'll turn and just point blank try to shoot this other dwarf thing. They are dwarf, yeah, dwarf.
Now you were. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say it should be disadvantaged. Yep. Still hits? Oh, wow. What the hell? Holy moly.
And I'm still out of bag of tricks, so.
Yeah, we'll do flyby.
Hey, Kaz, what happened to your spiritual weapon?
It just stays up. It's not a concentration, so I just didn't use it.
Okay, that's
that,
what I was
so.
saying. You haven't used it at all. I was like, what's he doing with it? All right, the dwarf, he is like, what the? Does he do anything? Let me see. Nilius.
Okay, I'm a little pissed off at all this.
So,
We are going to do Melf's Acid Arrow on this guy.
right? You did.
And that will be my turn.
True.
Still in his reckless rage, is going to swing down at the dwarf guard.
Squashes like a bug. All right. Survive that one.
I wasn't sure we would.
By the skin of your teeth. Well done. Well done. All right, let's throw in.
Well,
here.
yeah, I blew all my stuff at the first time we saw it and hit it for 70 plus damage, and then yeah, it ran away.
I basically had to go through all of my healing spells.
Yeah, there. This one was a little bit. Let's see.
Luckily, I have third level spell slots, but no third level spells, so I can cast them higher level.
Prince. Counter here. There you go. Mana! Yay!
Am I level 5 now?
You leveled up. Y'all got wall up there with some pretty good XP.
Can we find more of those things?
Can we rest first?
Well, yeah, it's 10:30. It's time. So if you want, plan it, hold it right there. I'll let Mana do her leveling up to pick what she wants there, and then the long rest will allow her to get her stuff prepared, and you guys can rest here, or choose where you want to go. Unless you want, we still got a few minutes if you want. I don't want to, unless you're going to try it here, or you've still got some things to do. But I want to leave it. It will get a place where I would think you would want to rest. So that being said, what's up for where do y'all want to try that at, or what do you want to do right at this moment?
Just to make sure that I blow the rest of my spells on making sure everyone's somewhat healed.
Oh, can I try to get the rest of my arrows back? I used a few.
How many? Do you know how many you shot? Roll a d6 again. Take half.
Yeah, I shot 14. It looks like.
Okay, and then roll a d8.
Can I get all my arrows also?
You can't get them all. How many did you shoot? Got 4 more.
Maybe like 14.
What? You gotta try
I don't
to.
know. That's how many I've checked.
You gotta track that so that you know. Because if you want to recover them, then I want to know how many you shot. Because you won't be able to get them all back. So roll me a d8. Roll me a d8. Take half. You got 3. Okay. All right. What are we doing?
Are there any nifty shinies on these things?
Going to search, everybody?
Yes.
All right. You find on Grumnick, he's got some, looks like some fragment pieces of maps and some journal entries that look to be in Dwarvish. And don't know what they say.
Kaz will examine it, I suppose.
They look to be, when you kind of put it all together, that the Summer Palace that was part of this Flame Tongue's conclave is somewhere hidden behind the temple area. You know, from what he's piecing together, they're looking for something. You can kind of tell, but you don't know exactly what they were because you didn't find out about enough. And then you see there's another message that comes in. There was another note in his pocket. It says that there nothing else in the room.
Dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed the Oni was attacking with the glaive. Is it anything special about its glaive, or?
Let's see. You well, gosh darn it! Come here. Counter Oni is. What's a glaive attack at? What's it plus what to hit? What is it normal?
Mine's just a strength modifier, so it's for me it's +7.
Yeah, so is his.
1d4.
No.
Or 1d10.
Nothing stands out about anything on his. He has just a regular glaive that you can tell.
Okay.
But there's nothing else. They just carried. What did he have on him? Grumnick had on him. So they looks like they were pounding on the wall behind in the altar area up at the top there. They were digging with tools. You can kind of see the areas kind of carved out and dug, but they hadn't really gotten far with it. The Grumnick character, he was carrying on himself just a short sword and a light crossbow, and he was wearing some he had some dark leather armor, black armor on him it just looks to be dark. Nothing special about it that you can tell that way. And then the other dwarves had the war hammers like the ones downstairs had on them.
I put that great axe in the party sheet so you guys can identify it and figure out later.
All right. And I'm just trying to make sure there's anything else there that you need to know about. No. But you do not see anything of value there. This was just a old temple. It was clean until they got here, but they were, for whatever reason, were trying to bang through or dig through here, but hadn't really gotten far.
Crewcash would like to take the glaive anyways, and just in case, and have someone maybe at a town look at it.
You can just put it in your inventory, or make one in the party inventory if you want. All right. What next? before we call it? Are we gonna pick a spot here? What do we want? You can kind of give me a direction. What you want to do, party?
Yeah, I guess we'll rest here. Maybe next time check out anything here, and then head back.
All right, so we're gonna hold it here. Then we will stop in this room for the night. We will we'll do all the resting and all that, and at the beginning of the next session, which will be, and don't forget, 2 weeks. We will not be playing next Monday. Unfortunately, sorry. Any questions or comments, or we're done, folks? Very good. Y'all picked a doozy there. I'm not sure y'all were ready for that one, but y'all found it anyway.
We like to find ones we're not ready for.
Close one. All right.
Crew, I'm glad you didn't die.
Crew is glad he did not die as well.
You came pretty close.
It did.
I was trying to keep you alive.
'Tis not my first brush with death.
No, it's not. Alrighty, stream. Thanks for watching. We're going to sign off. Mana, stick around for a second. We'll take care of your character. The rest of y'all have a good week and 2 weeks. And look for some emails for me. Like I said, they're the special DM session that's going on in 2 weeks. There's a group of us that have put it together, kind of like President's Day DM weekend, whatever. There are going to be some different sessions. I'm going to find out whatever else their other guys are doing. Some of them have Patreons, and so they're giving those people access first, but there may be some other open slots. I'll have some. It's mainly beginning level stuff, so if you want to play, you're welcome to, or I'm going to try to get it out to some new people on the Facebook group and other channels. But other than that, y'all have a good weekend and good week, and I will see y'all in 2 Mondays.
All right, later.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.